Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. This is Lady Fran. Had a slight change in plans with the location of Mental Health Mondays this morning, but we're going to proceed anyway. I am very excited about Mental Health Mondays, and I'm excited that you're joining me. So typically what I'd like to do is kind of wait a little bit for some people to join, but I'll only wait for a little bit so we can make sure we get started. I am currently at the office that I work from, Christian Psychotherapy Services. So I am joining you live on location. So today I wanted to talk to you about what Mental Health Mondays is, what it means, and why we decided to pursue it. I want to thank my husband, Mr. Deontay Futrell, for helping me with this endeavor. He has greatly encouraged me with pursuing this, and the reason that we are pursuing this is because there is a great need for addressing mental health issues in our communities, in our world, at large. There's a great need for addressing mental health issues. So today's session is just going to give us we're going to talk about a general overview of what some of the topics are that we'll be discussing. One of the things that I want to focus on is really getting into talking about different mental health diagnoses that people have, how you can recognize your own mental health needs, how you may be able to help recognize the mental health needs of others, and how you can refer them to the appropriate sources as you see the needs that they have. So, good morning, everyone. So I want to talk to you today about some of the topics we'll be discussing. We'll go into specific diagnoses such as depression, anxiety. We'll talk about schizophrenia. We'll talk about sources. And one of the main pieces that I wanted to address with you all is that there's nothing wrong with getting some help. And one of the things that has become so taboo is getting help. So we want to make sure that you are aware of the resources that are in your community. We want to make sure that you are aware of what those resources are meant and designed to do, because often. All right, continuing what we were speaking about. Little technical difficulty, please forgive me. We want to talk about the different resources that are available and what those different resources are designed to do, because often we are made aware of different resources to address certain issues, but we are not always aware of how to apply those resources so that they're beneficial to us. So we're going to address that as well. Also, for those who are professionals in the counseling field already and are looking to further their counseling career, we're going to talk about how you can go about doing certain pieces that could be helpful as you continue your pursuit of educational excellence and as you continue your pursuit of professional excellence. So we're going to talk about those things. So that is the long and short of it. The gist of Mental Health Mondays is really to just be a blessing to our communities, and I'm thankful to God that He's laid this on my heart to do, because it's long overdue. We need to address it. We have so many people that are dealing with issues, and you would never know that they're dealing with those issues because they put a smile on, or they are in some way able to mask what they're experiencing, and then people around them don't always know how to help. People around them don't always know what to say. Sometimes we are less supportive than we think we are when it comes to people who have diagnoses of mental health disorders. And one of the things too that I wanted to make sure that we address too is that mental health is just as important as your physical health. So we often treat it differently when it's really the same. We don't treat someone differently when they have high blood pressure or diabetes, but we do when somebody has a mental health diagnosis. We do have a tendency to treat them differently, to look at them differently. So the purpose of this is to help us to understand each other better, to support each other better, and just to be more read on how these issues affect everyday life, because some mental health diagnoses affect people's everyday functioning and everyday life. So that's what Mental Health Mondays is all about. Resources, having the conversation, having a dialogue about what these mental health diagnoses mean and how we can help people overcome them. One of the things that I want to address too, that I think is important from the outset to address, is that I do not condone at all people utilizing mental health diagnoses as an excuse for committing crimes. I do not condone that at all. As a matter of fact, I believe that people have manipulated that and utilized it for their own benefit. We've had several crimes committed because people said that they were experiencing some type of mental health breakdown. If you have a diagnosis, most of the time you know that there is help available to you. So if you've been diagnosed, you know, you're aware. So in those instances, I encourage you that if you're experiencing a mental health diagnosis or a mental health crises rather, then you reach out and get the help that you need in that moment. You do not utilize that moment to take an innocent life or to harm someone else because you say that you're experiencing. There are resources for you. There are plenty of people that you can reach out to. We're going to talk about how we can build a support system for those of us that want to be supportive of maybe family members or friends that have mental health diagnoses. We want to talk about building the resource so that people, building the support system so people are more likely to go to that support system than to do things that would be harmful to themselves or other people. So the way that I would like to run Mental Health Mondays is that if you have questions or comments or concerns about different topics that we are discussing, you can leave them. You can leave questions in the comment section of the live, or you can inbox me in Messenger, and I will answer those questions to the best of my knowledge. I will tell you this: I am not prone to share information that I am not as informed on. So if it's a question or a concern or a comment that I see that I need to do more research on, I will say I need to do some more research on that. Let me get back with you, because I'd rather do it that way and you have the correct information, that rather than to give you information that is somehow lacking or ineffective for you. So that is the gist. That's the long and short of Mental Health Mondays. I'm looking forward to the blessing that this is going to be to our community, the blessing that is going to be to mental health professionals, the blessing that is going to be just at large. So I'm thankful for you joining me this morning, even though we had a little slight technical difficulty this morning. Excuse me. I'm thankful for you joining me this morning. So please excuse my perspiration. I had to relocate, so please excuse my perspiration, but we will make sure that we still keep it rolling, no matter what what technical difficulties or whatever we may experience together. We'll make it work, because this is going to be a blessing. So I appreciate you joining me this morning. Again, if you have questions or comments, you can leave them here in the comments section on the feed, or you can inbox me in Messenger, and so I'll definitely be willing to address any issues that you have or questions that you have. Also, just as a reminder, I am available to come and do workshops and talks on mental health at your ministries, churches, organizations of any kind, health organizations. So if you would like for me to come and talk on mental health issues, please feel free to leave me a comment here, or you again may inbox me on Facebook Messenger. So I'm so excited. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone's support. I want to thank all of you this morning for joining me, and so I'm looking for us to grow together. So let's do it. You all have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time on Mental Health Mondays.